Hi, this is George from Vine and Branches, and today's video is not part of my regular podcast videos because it's rather off the cuff. Just sharing an experience that helps illustrate what I mean when I say the Word of God, the written Word, is illuminated by the living Word, so that we can interpret correctly life experience, so we can, in the interpretation of that life experience, make corrections to our life experience, to our Christian life experience. So here's what I mean. I had an experience last night after a full day of work in the studio here, creating a video for the channel. I closed out the job and I relaunched it again shortly after because there was something I wanted to check, and I couldn't get any audio. I could not get any audio. It was late at night, and I didn't have the patience, I didn't have the mindset that, oh, this will be okay, I'll just let it go and come back tomorrow. No, I wanted to check something last night, and when I saw that I couldn't get the audio, I made the faces that you saw in the thumbnail. And I went through several variations of that with a few choice words that would normally get blanked out, and that just, again, how quickly the old nature can come out of nowhere. But I was very upset because I was trying all kinds of different things. I checked my hardware, checked where I put the files. I mean, I went pretty thoroughly through several things, and I spent about an extra hour that I hadn't planned on spending because nothing was working, and it looked like the project was going to have to be redone completely. That was not a pleasant thought, but I was already headed that way. There was something that just kept me back from hitting the delete button on everything. And I'm glad I did, obviously, because I have good news to tell you that I didn't trash the project. What happened was a quirk in the editing software that I use, which I spent another half hour writing to the company to let them know about it. But here's the thing. What I wanted to share was how the Word was illuminated to me by the Lord, and here's what He illuminated. I'm going to tell you that He illuminated 3 verses. Now, I didn't have them in my head exactly as I'm going to quote them to you now, but I knew enough that in the midst of that rage that came up, the frustration, the tendency that I had to, first of all, I mean, who was I going to be angry with? I turned that anger into myself. I was angry at the company for having missed this quirk. I was angry at myself that this was happening. And then, of course, I was angry at the Lord that He had allowed it to happen. But in the midst of that, He illuminated these verses. Galatians 5:19, the acts of the sinful nature are obvious: sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, and witchcraft, hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, ... other things that followed. And then in Ephesians 4:31, get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, selfish ambition, dissensions and faction. Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. And then Colossians 3:8. But you must now rid yourselves of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Yep. So, as the Lord illuminated what was in my head, basically a rearrangement, a free form of these things in my head, because I knew them. I knew the Lord had revealed that these are things associated with the old nature. So I was able to stop then and just say, yeah, that's right. This is manifestation of the old nature. It's got to stop. Lord, please help me put it down. Pull the plug on it, as I did in the intro video on the old nature. Pull the plug. So I sat back down. I thanked the Lord for allowing the situation to happen so that I could revisit these verses, experience them, that this is who I am. And thankfully, the Word of God puts the light on it. So I know it's not something I should live with. It can be put to death. And He gave me the strength, the clarity of mind, because I lose my mind when I get that angry. So He restored my peace, restored my mind, and I was able to sit down. Again, after giving thanks, I looked at the problem. And guess what? Yes, I did find the problem. I did find it. I didn't have to destroy the whole project. It's just a few minor adjustments and a tremendous lesson that, once again, the living Word, He did it. He showed me, He strengthened me, and I was able to not do something rash and stupid, which is what anger often causes us to do. So, be encouraged that if that as you read about your identity, who you are, when you read these passages, make sure that you are ready to be honest with yourself, honest with the Lord, that these verses tell us who we are as in our old nature and who we are in the new nature. That's what I've got for you, and I hope that's an encouragement. So, as you go, grow. Grow as you go. Be blessed. Bye.